Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Elite Academy. So yes, you must have read UPSC loves extraterrestrial and celestial objects. Yes, क्योंकि information limited है. Celestial objects, yes, we are exploring. आए दिन कुछ ना कुछ NASA explore करता रहता है, इसरो mission भेजता रहता है. Lot of mission and work is going on, scientific exploration is going on. उसके बारे में इतनी नॉलेज ना होने के बाद भी यूपीएससी इतना प्यार क्यों करता है? अलग अलग तरीके के क्वेश्चंस पूछता है. एंड द डेप्थ ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस व्हेनेवर वी कम अक्रॉस, हमें लगता है यार ये इन्फॉर्मेशन तो हमारे लिए न्यू है, इसको कैसे प्रिपेयर किया जाना चाहिए. इफ विल गो एंड चेक आवर वीडियोस इन द प्लेलिस्ट इन PYQ सीरीज, हमने ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे डिटेल्ड वीडियोस स्पेस रिलेटेड मिशंस, अदर सेलेस्टियल ऑब्जेक्ट्स पे काफी कुछ किया हुआ है. बट अगेन आई फाउंड समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग. उसके थ्रू कुछ और भी चीजें हम सीखेंगे. वी विल डेवलप लॉट ऑफ पर्सपेक्टिव्स. एक बार देखते हैं, राइट? सो फर्स्ट लेट्स टेक द क्वेश्चन इटसेल्फ. द क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मच परसेंटेज ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज प्रेजेंट इन द एटमॉस्फेयर ऑफ वीनस एंड मार्स. स्पेशली दो लोगों की बात हो रही है, वीनस और मार्स की बात हो रही है. परसेंटेज ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड दे आर आस्किंग, एंड इन देयर एटमॉस्फेयर हाउ मच परसेंटेज ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज प्रेजेंट. 45 to 47 मतलब 50 से कम, 52 to 50 immediate, somewhere around 3/4, that is 74 to 77, or it is 95 to 97%. Missions are going on. Mars orbiter mission जो इसरो ने भेजा था, उसका भी कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव था, एटमॉस्फेयर को स्टडी करना, कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव था. जितने भी नासा ने मिशंस भेजे हैं, मेलविन और बहुत सारे मिशंस हैं, उनका भी कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव है. सो व्हेनेवर वी कम अक्रॉस सच न्यूज, definitely we read about these information. We come across such information. We come across such facts. But कितना observant रहना है, ये depend करता है ऐसे questions को देख के कि हमें कितना alert रहना है. Okay, so we'll discuss the answer as well. But before that, let's have a look at another question. So here is the second question of the day. And this question, let me tell you the previous question and this question, they were asked by UPSC in the same exam which was held on the 1st October. In the same exam, a question number I guess was 7 and this was the question number 79. Same paper mein. What is this question? Consider the following statement about some planets in the solar system. And they have framed 4 statements. 4 planets they are asking, और उनसे related facts हैं. What are those facts? Let's understand. Mercury has no atmosphere. Venus has 2 moons. There is no land on Jupiter. Rings of Saturn are composed of lumps of ice and dust. Saturn के बारे में है, Jupiter के बारे में है, Mercury and Venus के बारे में है. Basic information तो हमें NCERT से भी मिल जाता है. Mercury has no atmosphere. Somewhere we know about it, right? अर्थ के इतने, सन के इतने नजदीक है, सोलर फ्लेयर्स की वजह से सारा एटमॉस्फेयर उसका विदर कर चुका है. So that we know already. So the statement 1 should be there. Venus has 2 moons. ये बात कितनी सच है, कितनी गलत है, इसको आगे देखते हैं. There is no land on Jupiter. Gaseous planet बोला जाता है, Jovian planet बोला जाता है. It means land तो नहीं होना चाहिए. Rings of Saturn are composed of lumps of ice and dust. ऐसा भी पढ़ा है, आइस, डस्ट, रॉक्स होता है. यहां ओनली वर्ड तो यूज नहीं किया है. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट ऑल्सो सीम्स टू बी करेक्ट. बट ये शायद एक बेसिक क्वेश्चन आप मान सकते हो. बट व्हाट यूपीएससी विल डू व्हेन दे विल प्लान टू फ्रेम न्यू क्वेश्चंस ऑफ नेक्स्ट लेवल टू इंक्रीज द डिफिकल्टी लेवल, व्हाट दे विल डू, दे विल इंटीग्रेट द इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द रीसेंट साइंटिफिक रिसर्चेस. दैट कम्स फ्रॉम द करंट अफेयर्स. There you will not get the information in the newspaper. I am very sure you will not read about other related information which we are going to discuss in NCERTs. ठीक है, ये दोनों क्वेश्चन it might look basic, simple, but examination hall में ये simple चीजें भी हम गलत करके आ जाते हैं if we have not revised properly or if we have not gone through such information properly. Let's understand. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take different news articles and through that we will understand information. Through that I will try to tell you how we should prepare it. For example, this was the article, why such questions are asked often. Such questions are asked by UPSC often because some or the other mission is going on. Either ISRO is planning or NASA is planning or we are collaborating or some mission is there already from so many years, and we are we are reading the scientific research or what on the findings of that particular project. Mars orbiter craft non-recoverable Mangalyaan mission over confirms ISRO. This is the news of October 2022. अब मंगलयान ओवर हो गया तो मंगलयान का पर्पस क्या था? उसके एटमॉस्फेयर को रीड करना, मार्स के एटमॉस्फेयर को रीड करने की बात हो रही है, तो उसमें क्या है कॉम्पोजिशन? फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, राइट? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, नासाज मिशन ऑन टू विनस। नासा ने अपने मिशन की जो विनस है उसको आफ्टर 30 years, NASA recently announced the plans to return to planet Venus after over 30 years. उससे पहले 30 years पहले they had one project for Venus. Now after 30 years they are planning another project. तो ये मिशन चलते रहते हैं. But ऐसे जब आर्टिकल्स आते हैं, what I'm trying to say is whenever such articles come across, you have to read certain basic information of that article. That information, that particular article is sufficient enough to give you clarity. And UPSC वहीं से क्वेश्चन फ्रेम करता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स रीड दिस फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ. आई हैव नॉट टेकन द होल आर्टिकल, आई हैव जस्ट केप्ट द फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ फॉर यू. सो व्हाट इज इट सेइंग? Venus is often referred as Earth's twin. This statement was given by UPSC. I remember in one of the PYQs almost in 2012 or 13 they asked this kind of question. Venus is known as Earth's twin because why? So because it is given there. Both the planets have almost same size, density and gravity. So they are known, Venus is known as Earth's twin because of size, density and gravity. Similar है, almost same है. However, despite similar physical makeup is same. The most siblings we know of the two worlds turn out to be drastically different from each other. Physically तो they are similar, size, density and gravity. But what about other aspects? उनकी जो प्रॉपर्टीज हैं, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट. अर्थ इज नोन एज हेवन फॉर लाइफ. Venus is known as blistering hellscape. Why? Because Venus has thick toxic atmosphere filled with carbon dioxide, and the temperature sometimes it will be 850 Fahrenheit, and that's why it is known as the hottest planet in the solar system. So we have got 2-3 facts. One, why Venus is known as Earth's twin. How Earth is different from Venus, or how Venus and Earth, they are what kind of contrast they are having. And the third information which we have got is it is hottest planet in the solar system. When Mercury is so near to Sun, why it is not hottest planet? उसका अपना एटमॉस्फेयर नहीं है, तो जितनी जल्दी हीट होता है उतनी जल्दी कूल भी हो जाता है. बट Venus का अपना एटमॉस्फेयर है, CO2 है उस एटमॉस्फेयर में. ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट, हॉटेस्ट प्लैनेट. ओके. It has crushing air pressure and is perpetually shrouded in the thick yellowish cloud of sulfuric acid. This is our fourth information. From one paragraph itself, we have got 4 basic information. Thick clouds of H2SO4, sulfuric acid, CO2. How it is different from Earth's atmosphere, Earth's twin. This is how you should pick up the information. Now, if UPSC is going to frame such questions, or if they are going to increase the difficulty level, they will use such statements. This is information about Venus. Let's take another article. And by the way, let me show you the article which I have taken here to showcase. It is of June 2021. बहुत पुराना आर्टिकल नहीं है, हमेशा न्यूज़ में रहता है, इसलिए ये सारी चीज़ें UPSC भी पूछता रहता है. Now, if we have to take another topic, Mars, okay, sorry, this we have already discussed. Let's talk about Saturn. Will Saturn's rings really disappear by 2025? This is the article of 14th November itself, 2023. अभी 2023 की बात हो रही है, और अभी 14th November, आज 22nd November है. It is saying Saturn's ring really disappear by 2025. Astronomers explain. उसमें ये बात कर रहे हैं कि just like Earth, Saturn experiences season but more than 29 times longer than our season की भी बात हुई है. बहुत सारे इंफॉर्मेशन की बात हुई है. This is how the Saturn's ring look like. ये एक कैसिनी प्रोजेक्ट है, स्पेस मिशन है, उससे लिया गया है, उस क्राफ्ट से लिया गया है. Okay, so from this article I have picked up certain information. Why will Saturn's ring will be invisible from Earth? तो यहां से कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है हमें. लेट्स हैव अ लुक. Earth's axis of rotation is tilted by 23.5 degree, but Saturn's axis of rotation is 26.7 degree tilt. Not only that, the ring system is also tilted to Saturn's orbit. जो Saturn का orbit है और जो ring है वो भी आपस में tilted है. So when Saturn revolves around the sun, it is seen like it is wobbling. And it seems to nod up and down. ऐसे up and down nod होता है when viewed from Earth, and the view of its rings also keep changing. If there is a statement that the view of Saturn's ring from Earth, whatever ring we observe from Earth, it is static or it never changes. It also changes. एक तो ये मिला कि कैसे tilt में difference है. Another very crucial information. Saturn takes 29.5 years to complete an orbit. Basically an orbit or one orbit जो है पूरा उसको around sun, it takes 29.5 years. Every 13 to 15 years the edge of the rings align directly with Earth. और उस alignment की वजह से कभी वो पतला दिखता है, कभी invisible हो जाता है और कभी tilt अलग हो जाता है तो दिखता भी बहुत अच्छे से है. Right? So as the rings are very thin, in the most places just 10 meters of thick, at this position they reflect very little light, and that's why they are very difficult to see, making them essentially invisible. एक तो ये phenomena है ही. Second observation, or what people are explaining, the astrologers are astronomers are explaining that the ring are being pulled into the planet by its gravity. Saturn's gravity itself is pulling it inside, and because of that a dusty rain of ice particles under the influence of Saturn's magnetic field is being experienced. तो ऐसा माना जा रहा है कि फ्यूचर में धीरे धीरे जो रिंग है वो डिसअपियर हो जाएगा. जुपिटर, यूरेनस, नेपच्यून, इनकी रिंग बहुत ही पतली है, बहुत ही हल्की है, इसकी वजह से वो दिखाई भी नहीं देती है. इट मीन्स ये जो रिंग्स हैं ये परमानेंट नहीं है, दे आर बाउंड टू चेंज एंड दे आर गोइंग टू चेंज. द रिपोर्ट ऑल्सो एडेड एक और एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है दैट द सैटर्न एज अ प्लैनेट इज 4 बिलियन ईयर्स ओल्ड एंड द रिंग्स डेवलप्ड मच लेटर in its life, since the rings are not older than 100 million years. So if there is another statement that Saturn is having rings since inception, since the Big Bang, since the formation of the planet, तो नहीं, ये शुरू से नहीं है. That is 4 billion years old, Saturn as a planet, and the rings are hardly 100 million years. So Saturn के बारे में क्या क्या इंफॉर्मेशन मिल गई? About tilt, comparison with Earth, about the ring, the rain, it means dusty, icy particles हैं, and whether they are permanent, what is their life, are they going to stay, Earth से कैसा उनका लुक है, सब कुछ पता चल गया. This is how we should extract information from the recent articles around these topics because they are favorite of UPSC. Let's take another article. This is the article of February 4th, 2023. This article is from February. Jupiter beats Saturn to become the planet with most moons. So it is a fact. Which planet is having highest number of moons? Jupiter. Saturn हुआ करता था, but अभी Jupiter है. And they were discovered by telescope in Hawaii and Chile in 2122. ये हो गया. When you will read this paragraph which was given in the article itself, what is it saying? It is saying that Jupiter and Saturn are loaded with small moons, believed to be fragments of ones bigger. ये सारी चीजें निकल के आती हैं. The same goes for Uranus and Neptune. Now, for the records, Uranus has 27 confirmed moons. Neptune has 14. Mars has 2. Mars has 2. Earth has 1. Venus and Mercury come up empty. So Venus के पास अपना कोई मून नहीं है, मरकरी के पास कोई मून नहीं है, अर्थ के पास एक मून है, मार्स के पास 2 मून है, जुपिटर के पास 92, सैटर्न, यूरेनस के पास 27, नेपट्यून के पास 14, सैटर्न के पास अराउंड समवेयर 70 कुछ थे. So this is the information which we are getting. Okay? So ऐसे आर्टिकल से इंफॉर्मेशन आपको मिल रही है. I hope you guys are enjoying and you are learning the new way of learning the information. और जब आप ऐसे पढ़ते हो ना, when you read it along with the current affairs, you will be able to consolidate this information easily. Now, कभी कभी हमें थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा रिसर्च भी करनी चाहिए. जुपिटर है, जुपिटर के अगर आप फैक्ट्स देखोगे नासा की वेबसाइट पे, so here it is saying that it is a gas giant. Jupiter does not have a true surface. It doesn't have a true surface. Anyways, we can mark this answer. The planet is mostly swirling gases and liquids. While a spacecraft would have nowhere to land on Jupiter, it would not be able to fly through the atmosphere as well, because इतना high temperature होता है कि हो जाएगा. The extreme pressure and temperature deep inside the planet will crush, melt and vaporize the spacecraft trying to fly into the planet. तो ये भी पता चल गया. ठीक है. This is from another article. यहाँ पे इस आर्टिकल में क्या होता है, जुपिटर में, जुपिटर इज अ जोवियन प्लैनेट, गैसियस प्लैनेट, एंड इफ वी टॉक अबाउट अर्थ, ये भी एक प्लैनेट है. दोनों में लाइटनिंग एक्सपीरियंस किया गया है, बट द लाइटनिंग डिफर्स. अर्थ पे ट्रॉपिकल रीजन में ही लाइटनिंग देखी जाती है, टेम्परेट में और प्लैनेट्स के पास बहुत ज्यादा लाइटनिंग नहीं देखी जाती है. बट इन जुपिटर, this article was talking about Jupiter and the Jovian planets, they experience lot of lightning near pole. So scientists are reading. ठीक है, तो ये भी कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन हमें देखने को मिलती है. ठीक है, तो थंडरस्टॉर्म होता है बट अलग तरीके से होता है. मरकरी का एक फैक्ट हम देख लेते हैं, सिंस इट इज रिलेटेड टू आवर क्वेश्चन. इट इज स्मॉलेस्ट, इट इज नियरेस्ट, इट इज स्लाइटली लार्जर देन अर्थ्स मून. ठीक है, ये इंफॉर्मेशन देख लिया. The surface temperature is extremely hot and cold because planet is so close. The day temperature can reach to 430 degrees centigrade and the night temperature can be minus 180 degrees centigrade. Despite its proximity, Mercury is not the hottest planet in our solar system because that title belongs to Venus, and that too because of dense atmosphere of CO2. ठीक है. However, Mercury is the fastest planet and it revolves around the sun in 88 Earth days. Saturn का याद है? So this is how you should extract information. This is how you should read. So whenever you are reading, be little bit curious. थोड़ा alert रहो, थोड़ा curious रहो, जानने की कोशिश रखो, जिज्ञासु बनो, so that आपकी जिज्ञासा से आपके questions ही ना solve हो, आपको interest भी आएगा. जब आप ऐसे जिज्ञासा के साथ पढ़ते हो, you read it in depth and then you feel that interest. सैटर्न को आज की डेट में अगर शाम को देखना, आप देख सकते हो, टेलीस्कोप के साथ देखोगे रिंग्स भी दिखती हैं. स्पेशली अभी के टाइम पे क्लियर स्काई, शाम को आपको इवनिंग में सैटर्न दिखेगा with naked eyes, and with telescope you can see the rings as well. Now if we revisit our question, how much percentage of carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere of Venus and Mars? It is somewhere around 95 to 97%. लॉजिकली भी कर सकते थे इसको. अब आपके पास इंफॉर्मेशन है, द कॉन्फिडेंस विल बी डिफरेंट. Consider the following statement. Mercury has no atmosphere. True. Venus has 2 moons. No. Venus and dash के पास मून नहीं है. मार्स के पास 2 है, अर्थ के पास 1 है, हाईएस्ट जुपिटर के पास 92 है. हमने ये इंफॉर्मेशन कहां से लिया? From where have we collected this information? From the news article. There is no land on Jupiter. Fine. Rings of Saturn are composed of lumps of ice and dust. और उनका क्या हो रहा है, क्या फ्यूचर है, क्या प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, that also you should know, and we have covered here in the discussion today. So that way, if you remove 2 is gone, 2 is gone, 1 should be correct, 3 should be correct, 4 should be correct. So all 3 should come together. The answer is D. However, nowadays if UPSC is going to frame question, they will ask how many of the above statements is or are correct. So current affairs plays very, very important role. Current affairs linkage plays very important role because the question per se is looking static, but with the current context you can solve this. Moons, rings, you can relate. Don't prepare yourself for such simple questions. आपको लग रहा होगा कि ये तो बड़ा सिंपल है, इसके लिए क्या पढ़ना है. The way we have discussed, उस लेवल का पढ़ना, उस लेवल की नॉलेज आपको होनी चाहिए. You should have the statements, updated information from the research field as well, recent studies, तब जाके बात अच्छी होती है, मजेदार होती है. And current affairs, since we are talking about, I have already discussed about my current affairs program which we are running at RTA Academy from prelims and mains point of view for 2024. Last year 35 questions came directly from the current affairs, direct questions, and there were many such questions which were static questions with current context. So take care of your current affairs, take care of how you should prepare, take the help of previous year questions and you should revise. तो आज हमने क्या किया, प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन लिया, करंट अफेयर्स लिया, दोनों को इंटीग्रेट किया एंड वी हैव नॉट ओनली सॉल्व दैट क्वेश्चन विद दैट इंफॉर्मेशन बट वी हैव आल्सो लर्न मेनी न्यू इंफॉर्मेशन, मेनी extra information, interesting information which will help us in the examination hall. This is it guys. Hope to see you in the next video. And बाकी जैसे मैंने पहले भी बोला है, अगर आप लोगों को कोई भी डाउट हो, feel free to reach out to us. If you want us to make any specific video, then also you're most welcome. You can suggest ideas or suggest topics. So let's meet in the next video. See you all. Bye-bye.